Okay, so again, what we're working on in class here is this learning activity deep dive. You're going to work on the sections of this shared power or slide presentation, fill in stuff. See if again we've broken it down into these four sections: an overview, the main parts, the data or information used, inputs to the package, and outputs of the package. So for some of the packages this makes sense. For some of it, I don't think it makes sense. So you might, if you see something else, like if you're doing the event model, rather than inputs and outputs, maybe you just put events or something here. So feel free, you could, if you need to delete some slides or rename a couple slides, feel free to do that. Especially, I guess the first two, I think overview and the main parts will be clear. The last three, I'm not sure if that applies to every slide, every package there. And we've got our team assignments here. And then again, by next Tuesday in class, we'll do a quick share here.
Ooh.
Okay. Thanks, Thunder.
It was on mute, but I joined, but I clicked a button and it made it.
Right, mute. Yes. Okay. Well, that's cool. Okay. So next Tuesday we'll share this in class. If you're on Zoom, you can share in class. If you're asynchronous, you can hopefully add some either text speaker notes, or else I think you can add voice speaker notes to the slides, dictate speaker notes to some of the slides, and do that. I don't need big, long presentations of stuff. I just want a quick overview of these topics. Some resources to use. So certainly you can run the app, and I'll show you that in a little bit, and how to look a little bit at the APIs. I created a notebook LM, which I think you have access to here. And inside this, I loaded the source packages and some documentation and some of the electronic books having it. So if you go to this notebook, you should be able to ask questions like, what does the basket API project do? And it should be able to look in, and I think you can ask it specific questions about parts of the code, like what does this class do or that class do, and it should do it, and also point you to, this is an LM, so it'll point you to reference materials here for this. So see if you find that helpful as one of the resources here. Questions on this? Okay, so you can decide if you want to move or just work, how you want to set up your teammate work stuff. Let me set up some breakout rooms here too. So Michael and Hunter, why don't you go into breakout room 1, and Briston and David, can you go into breakout room 2 if you want to use the breakout rooms? If you just want to use chat here, you can just use chat also. Okay.
All right, so
That's okay. We'll get you assigned in just a sec. I'm going to show you one more thing as far as resource, as far as running this goes. So again, you should be able to open this project up in Visual Studio or VS Code. And again, you can certainly look at the code there, but it's sometimes useful to run it. So if you run it, again, it generates this whole list of resources here. And so the app is actually, if you want to run the app, it's this web app. This is the website you go to, and it'll bring up this web page. So sometimes it's nice just to see what the app is. You can see the catalog here. You could try, if you're doing the basket, you could try putting things in the basket. As far as logging in, you can log in. Now, there's an issue, like if you see the login doesn't work all the time, especially if you add things to the basket and then try to check out or something like that. But I find if you do try to just log in, there's two sample logins. There's Alice and Bob. So if I just do Alice and this password here and log in, gives me an error, but it should then keep me logged in, I think, here. Let me just keep going. If I just hit continue, I'm logged in now as Alice there. So then you can, again, you can add things to the shopping cart here. You can look at your shopping cart. Sometimes that's useful. The other thing, besides running the app, is that these APIs, you can often investigate them. So if I'm looking at the catalog API, I can go to this web page here, and it'll show me the different access points. I can get items by ID, get item by name, get item by catalog, item ID, or whatever. So it'll at least list for the API the connection points, and then you can actually sometimes go to these and try them out and see what they're doing. So sometimes that's useful. They don't seem like all the work. Like if I go to basket, it's giving me this HTTP 1 versus 2 error. I'm not sure what's causing that. So not all of these are working, it seems like, but a number of them are. So you can look at the API interface via the web and see. It'll also list the progress databases, but I don't know of a way of accessing the databases. These are the SQL databases that are starting up. I don't know of a good way to access those through this code here. Okay, so see if that helps you in your investigation development.